Alright, week 4, lesson 1. Let's have a little fun playing around with some chord progressions. Hopefully you worked on the straight eighths rhythm patterns a bunch. Here's a straight eighths rocker, just a basic kind of generic rock and roll thing, alright? We're going to play just straight eighths throughout this whole thing. We got 12 measures, but it's not a 12-bar blues, so let's just have a little fun with it. One time through that chord progression, and the idea here is, hey, that may be simple for you if you're an intermediate level guitar player. It's the counting I want you to pay attention to. The 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Now also in this situation here, we didn't run into more than 2 measures of any one chord, but sometimes you will. And I want to just explain to you a little bit of a trick for counting multiple measures that will really help you, and it's very important. When we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let's say there's 4 measures. At the beginning of each measure, you want to say the measure number instead of the number 1. So for example, in the second measure, I would say 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In the third measure, I would say 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That way you know which measure you're on. Because if you don't know which measure you're on, you're going to come out of it too soon or too late. You're going to mess up your band members. Okay? This is the reason you want to get used to counting these things. And again, once you've done it a bunch in practice, it becomes an innate thing in you. You probably won't need to be counting while you're playing with your friends or with your band. You'll know where 4 measures is, or at least after you've done it enough times. But put in a little work, do a little bit of the counting, especially the straight eighth stuff. It's so easy. It's so common too. Alright? Okay, in exercise 2 I'm going to play the same exact chord progression. It's written out the same way in the sheet music, straight eighths all the way through. But I want you to notice in the sheet music up at the top it says blues shuffle. And the shuffle, while it's written as straight eighths, is played a little bit funky, but it's a really common groove and you need to get used to it. And it's sort of like this. Okay? We're playing in sort of in pairs, but one of the notes is a little shorter and the other one's a little bit longer, so it's da 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 da. You're sort of accenting the second in each pair. Okay? So to play the same progression as a blues shuffle would be like this. So you feel that shuffle groove. Alright, a lot of times you'll have that shuffle when you're doing the extension we talked about a couple of lessons back, a couple weeks ago. So you feel that shuffle groove there? That's a very, very common usage of it. Alright? Okay, furthering your comfort level with the gallop here. I'm going to do the same exact chord progression again, but I'm going to use the gallop rhythm with it. Alright? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, okay, that little thing there. So here we go. You to feel that gallop. There's a lot of songs out there that just have the gallop all the way through, especially if you're into somebody like, I don't know, Iron Maiden or something like that. That gallop is just essential. Of course, they're going to be doing it like this, right, real fast. So you want to get really comfortable with the gallop, and of course it helps to be able to understand the way it's counted. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. Okay, there you go.